Hello, hello, hello. How you guys doing? Um, this is Daniel Ebang Jr., CEO of DG Hub, Director on Query Square Schools, member of Youth Parliament, Social Democratic Party. Uh, I'm also a volunteer with the Tourism Volunteers Network and also with the FCT Tourism Volunteers. All right, so what's trending right now is the 30 days, rant challenge, where we rant about, what's going on in Nigeria, the things we don't like. Okay, so for me, this is my own. All right. First of all, we have a leadership problem. Okay, and our leaders are not accountable. Okay, they are not accountable for whatever it is they're doing. They are not being held responsible. They are not checked. So there's a whole lot of misanomalies, discrepancies, that has led to what we have right now. This whole chaos, this whole trouble, this whole problem, this whole razzmatazz, upside down, um, jungle, forest, evil forest. Literally, Nigeria is not is like an evil forest right now, and our leaders are responsible for it, and not only our leaders, but every single one of us, um, because majority of us have been uh, acting the way our leaders act because they have weaponized us. They've used poverty, they've used sorcery, they've used um, jealousy, they've used corruption to you know make us fight ourselves. You know, they've divided us. They've created a kind of environment where things are not you know going well, and there's a lot of things going on. Okay, first of all, the fuel price. Um, when the APC came in, they said they were going to take off fuel subsidy. This is something that the PDP government under former president Mr. Goodluck Billy Jonathan um, tried to remove, and they said subsidy was a scam. So the first problem we're having is this fuel price that has been jacked up. You know, it's about 890 or it's about 900, 1,000 in some places. It's not supposed to be that amount. It's supposed to be way down, not even up to 100 naira, maybe like 90 something, 60 something bucks. Okay, but because there's so much corruption going on in the land, which the leaders at the top have allowed to happen, and because there's a whole lot of people who are benefiting from this corruption, um, everything is the way it is. And those who are benefiting, have created a very serious divide There used to be a middle class before. There's no middle class again. There's now just the rich and the poor. So now the rich are the ones benefiting from all these things. Okay, do you understand? Okay, so and they've now weaponized poverty, you know, and used that, to make the poor people, divide amongst themselves, fight themselves, so that of course they can keep the balance, so that this um, scam keeps brewing on, and that's exactly what's happening. So, majority of our resources, apart from fuel, in every single department or every single compartment of the government, we're talking solid minerals, anything that Nigeria as a whole benefits from. There is corruption going on there, and our leaders and government officials, are gaining tremendously from this corruption. You see, that is why we are called the Generator Republic. Um, Even as regards power. That's why South Africa can yab us that yes, we are the Generator Republic, because we actually don't need those generators. We don't need them. I heard we're even supplying lights to Ghana. So you see how crazy that sounds. Do you understand? So it's a whole lot of corruption that has gone round, around, around. We have graduates who come out of university, can't get employed. There is no viable, economy. Since 2015, if you watch my last video, I talked about us going backward or being backward since 2015. Niger now is the second fastest growing economy in Africa, if it's not the first. Burkina Faso is coming up. We're giants in our own pockets, you know what I mean? So it's crazy, man. And then one has to keep striving, especially for those of us who are legit hustlers, you know what I mean? We're not stealing your money, we're not messing with your wives, we're not trying to be cunning, we're not trying to cheat you, we're not trying to rip you off, we're not trying to steal from you. It's quite difficult, you need to keep pushing. But it's crazy. So what can we do now as a nation? After the rant, there must be a solution. I watched on Arise News where they had a discussion, on the same subject of 30-day Rant challenge. We need to fix our electoral process. We need to fix our electoral body, because they're the first base of corruption that our present leaders use to mess up the whole government system. Because when you know that you can easily just get in there, without having to stress yourself because you bought your way all through, that kind of leadership doesn't come with accountability. It comes with I'm the boss, so whatever I say is what happens. You didn't vote me in here, I got here by myself. Do you understand? So we need to fix that, just as the presenter there said that we need to fix that. And in my previous videos I did say something about INEC. I talked about the 2023 general elections, although I said 2024 in the video. That was a mistake, we need to fix the electoral process. people are supposed to already uh, people are already supposed to have started getting, their PVC registered. Those that don't have, it's supposed to be organized. Um, so yeah, that's the first step. Then second step, people need to start going back to God. You know, we are Nigerians, and we some of us went to church yesterday. Some people went to the mosque on Friday. Even those that go to shrines. There are things we are not supposed to be doing. There are things we are not supposed to be doing at all. You know, so we all need to go back to God, and you know, find God, bear fruits of the Spirit, which is joy, patience, love, perseverance, endurance. Which negates jealousy, envy, bad belly, um, bullying, oppression, because these are the things we're facing in Nigeria. People just get jealous for no good reason. People just, instead of working hard, to get to a particular position, you begin to see your neighbor, you envy them for uh, maybe even their skin color, you know. People just go to government, they just want to be politicians so that they can show off. It's not necessarily about the people itself. You know what I mean? So it's already 12 minutes. Yeah, this is my rant. I'm just taking my time to rant. It's a whole lot. It's just a whole lot. It's just a whole lot. It's a whole lot. It's a whole lot. And yeah, for us to start moving forward, we need to fix our um, electoral process. We need to go back to God, and everybody needs to start taking, accountability for their own doings. You need to be careful to ensure that you're trying to do the right thing. Like if you check out my episodes, I've done 14 episodes on us trying to do the right thing. That's the only way we can fix things in Nigeria. Uh, so let's not just only rant. Let's just also find a way of, okay, how are we gonna fix this? And excuse me. Yeah, that's just it. When you just need to be able to face, you know, uh, the problem and fix it. And we must start, with ourselves. Like Michael Jackson said, "Man in the mirror." Um, change begins with everybody. Um, we need to fix ourselves, fix our electoral process, and by God's grace, things will start picking up, and we'll be able to do just fine. And then we can start talking about, maybe being world power. You know, uh, like our resources. Coming back to fuel, for example. I don't even understand why in Nigeria we have our oil. We have crude oil, then we still have to export it to refine it and bring it back. I don't understand what kind of deal was made between the British and the Nigerian government. I feel that deal should be looked at again. Everything should be split down 50-50. Um, we should be able to refine our own petroleum, our own fuel here on our land, and also all the byproducts. There's petroleum jelly and all of that. So we should be able to export our raw produce and all of that ourselves, and then going 50-50, because that will also totally drastically reduce the price of fuel, and then people can move about, the inflation totally go down, and then people won't have to be complaining so much about the cost of things, because once transportation is up, then everything also goes up. Then I just watched a video with senior statesman, Mr. Bode George, talking about this dollar. Every time dollar exchange with every single president, we have the dollar issues. Let's chill with the greed. Let's have a fair dollar exchange rate. Let's have something that is working for us, not necessarily greed, and we have just a few select people who are just controlling everything, and then trying to use that to weaponize and create a situation where there's poverty, and then use the poverty to as a weapon against all against the masses and against ourselves, literally. So yeah, that's about it. Let me also know what you think. Nigeria has a lot of problems, actually, a whole lot of problems. But let's see how we can slowly fix them, because we can't run away. Somebody has to fix it. Peace.